You can't spell Clippers without CP. Chris Paul, CP3, is a Los Angeles Clipper. Hold on, let me say that again, man. Chris Paul is a Los Angeles Clipper. Wow. I got home late last night. I would have made a video about this, but I got home really, really late and I heard about it. And I thought the deal was dead, but then they said they were working on it and all that stuff. So they got it done, and I'm glad David Stern got it done, and I'm actually kind of surprised. I mean, David Stern turned down a great deal in L.A., but now that I see that he did this, this is a much better deal, and here's why. The first deal that the Lakers did, or Lakers offered, the players are much older, and it would have cost the New Orleans Hornets more in salaries, and like I said, the players are older. But with this deal, not only did they get younger, but it was a lot cheaper. I believe that they saved about an average of $5 million per season in contracts, and they saved about, or they got about 6 years younger versus the first deal with the Lakers. So I like it. It's rare that a team or two teams trade or make a great trade and both teams benefit. And this is a great deal for both teams. Now, of course, New Orleans didn't want to lose a player like Chris Paul, but he was leaving. There was nothing they could do about it. He was leaving, and they got a great deal. You talking about, no, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure you know, but the New Orleans Hornets got Eric Gordon, Chris Kaman, Al-Farouq Aminu, I think. I don't like to mess up player's name. I think I got that right. And then a 2012 first round pick, unprotected, from the Minnesota Timberwolves, which is going to be a great pick because Minnesota's not going to be that good. So it'll be probably at least a top 5 pick. In a very, 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 very strong draft. This is probably one of the best drafts since 2003. The draft with LeBron James, Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, and all those guys. It's a good pick. And then if New Orleans doesn't make the playoffs, they got another pick. They might have 2 lottery picks in a great draft. So, not only did New Orleans get younger, they saved a lot of money, and now David Stern has a great, value to this team so that he can sell it to a potential owner. And this is what I was talking about before. His main job right now is to operate New Orleans so they don't lose any money, and for them to build a franchise going to be foreseeable in the future so that a potential owner can buy it. He wants to sell this team, and he wants to keep the team in New Orleans, and I don't blame him. So I can't get mad at him for that. So great job by David Stern for letting this deal go through, because Eric Bledsoe, to try to get him, that was too much, and I'm glad that this deal went through, because New Orleans Hornets, man, they're a great city. The city of New Orleans, about everything they've been through, they deserve a good team, and you got a guy to build around with Eric Gordon. Chris Kaman is a great center. He's an expiring contract, so he's probably going to go. Al-Farouq Aminu, people think that he's just a throw-in guy, and I hear a lot of people saying that he's not good. And I'm not saying he's a great player, but we'll see now. We'll see if this kid can play, because he's a first-round pick. This guy is a pretty good player, man. I think he's got some potential, but we'll see. But what a great pickup for the New Orleans Hornets, man, and I wish them well, because they deserve it. That city really does deserve it. Now let's talk about the LA Clippers. Man, wow. Blake Griffin it's rare that you get 2 franchise players on one team, and now they have it. Chris Paul arguably is the best overall point guard in the NBA, pure point guard in the NBA. Now you have him and Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin is a franchise player, okay? And so is Chris Paul, and they're on the same team now. You talking about one heck of a pick and roll game. John Stockton and Karl Malone, probably the best pick and roll tandem of all time. Then you got, Steve Nash and Amari, and then, hey, Chris Paul and Tyson Chandler wasn't bad neither. But you're talking about Chris Paul and Blake Griffin. Oh my God, that is going to be scary. Then you got Chris Paul and DeAndre Jordan. He's an athlete. He's signed. You got Caron Butler at the small forward. Mo Williams, he'll be a backup point guard. Chauncey Billups, he'll probably move to the 2, and I like Chauncey at the 2 anyway, because they're going to do a 2-guard rotation. It doesn't matter who the point guard or the shooting guard is, even though Chauncey's bigger and stronger than Chris Paul. To me, this backcourt is going to remind me a little bit of Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars, even though Chauncey's a little bit long in the tooth, and Chris Paul is a lot younger than Chauncey Billups. Chauncey is a voice of reason, and you're going to talk about a team with some playoff experience. Caron Butler, Chauncey Billups, obviously in the NBA Finals in 2004. Chris Paul in the playoffs. I mean, Blake Griffin's got some players around him now that have a lot of playoff experience. And they didn't make the playoffs this year, but they will make it. They didn't make the playoffs last year, excuse me, but they will make it this year. There's no question about that. You're talking about a franchise player. And I'm not saying that the Clippers didn't give up a lot, but they didn't have to give up too much to get a franchise player. I mean, Donald Sterling has been known just to get in some players, just to make some money, but now he's going to do both. Not only is he going to get some players in, Chris Paul and Blake Griffin, to make money, but now they're going to win games at the same time. And you cannot, you cannot pass on this deal. When you get a chance to get a player like Chris Paul, you have got to give it up. You have got to do it. You have to do it. Just like the New York Knicks, they gave up, I think, too much to get Carmelo Anthony, but they had to do it because he's a superstar player. And the Clippers, let me tell you something, man. They've been irrelevant. I've been watching basketball for over 20 years, and they've been irrelevant ever since I've been watching it. Watching the NBA. They've been bottom feeders. They've been a joke. I don't have to tell you about the Clippers. I mean, it's the Clippers, okay? But now they're not a joke anymore. This team, to me, and I forgot to mention, they're $14 million under the salary cap, which means they can get not just potential good players, they can go and get some good players. And they got some pretty good trade pieces. I don't know if they're going to keep Mo Williams because they got Eric Bledsoe. I don't know. I heard he was pretty upset. He was upset even before Chris Paul got here because he thought he was working hard, and then they got Chauncey Billups, and he's like, man, what's that saying about me? Well, what's it saying about you, Mo, is they got some better players in. That's what it's saying about you. So Mo's a decent player. I'd use him probably as trade bait because I got Eric Bledsoe in here. And then they're $14 million under the contract. So they got some incredible upside to this team, man. I mean, wow. This just changes the Western Conference to me completely. You're talking about a team that I'm not saying that was irrelevant because they had Blake Griffin and Eric Gordon and Chris Kaman and stuff like that. But I'm talking about as far as playoffs are concerned, they were irrelevant. They're not anymore. This team, to me, is a contender. And when I say contender, I mean they may be able to win the West if you think about it. Think about it like this. Who are the top four teams? Lakers, Dallas, Oklahoma, San Antonio, teams like that. To me, San Antonio, they probably stayed pat and they're a little younger. I mean, they're a little older now, so they're probably not as good. Dallas, to me, let go three pieces they shouldn't have let go. They let go J.J. Barea to free agency, Caron Butler to free agency, and they let go Tyson Chandler to free agency because they're trying to build for 2012. I think that was a big mistake. They picked up some pieces with Vince Carter and Delonte West and all those guys, but you lost more than you gained if you're Dallas. So I think they fell off a notch. And then the LA Lakers, and I'm going to get back to this in a second. The Clippers are a winner in a lot of ways. First of all, they have Chris Paul, the Clippers, and the Lakers don't. Okay? You're talking about a team that almost got Chris Paul, the Lakers. They didn't get him, and the Clippers did. So now, with that trade that didn't go through, not only did they not get Chris Paul, but now Lamar Odom was upset because he didn't get traded, or he was on the trading block, and now they shipped him off. Lamar Odom's gone for nothing, for second-round picks and a trade exception. Nothing. They got nothing back so far. That's yet to be determined, and Mitch Kupchak now has a lot of pressure on him to get a big-time player in because he let go a valuable asset in Lamar Odom, and you got nothing back. So now you got the Lakers that have dropped down, to me, a notch or two because they lost him. Kobe Bryant's a little bit older. Oklahoma City, they may be a little bit better because they got more experience and stuff like that, but the Clippers are right there. And that's why I say they're a contender, man, because they are right there. So I want you guys' thoughts on this. This is ridiculous, man. The Clippers, they got Chris Paul and they got two second-round draft picks in 2015. Really doesn't mean anything, but you talking about a whole changing of the guard in LA, and I want to know your guys' thoughts on this. Do you think the Clippers are a contender? That's the first question. And the second question is, and I want you guys to explain this in the comments because you guys are really good basketball fans and you guys know what you're talking about. And I learn a lot from your comments, so I really appreciate them. So I want to know this. Who's the best team in LA right now? Is it the LA Lakers or the LA Clippers as it stands now? Now we know that we don't know yet what Mitch Kupchak is going to do as far as the Lamar Odom thing and if he's going to sign a big name player. But as the rosters are now, I want you to go online, look at the rosters and everything else. Who is the better team? Let me know. The LA Clippers or the LA Lakers? I cannot believe I'm making a video this long about the Clippers. And this is crazy. Chris Paul is on the Clippers, man. Wow, I'm excited because I'm an NBA fan and I love to watch good basketball. And let me tell you something, man. Clippers are going to be relevant. They're going to be on national TV more, even though they were with Blake Griffin. But now you got Chris Paul and Blake Griffin on the same team, man. Wow. And this is going to make Blake Griffin, to me, a lot better. It's going to make DeAndre Jordan a lot better. Here's why. They're going to be getting more dunks and more easy points. And when you do that as a big man, Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan, you're going to play better defense. You're going to rebound better. You're going to shot block better. You're going to run the floor better because you know you got the best decision maker and probably the best passer in the game getting you the ball. So and he's a leader. And you got Chauncey Billups. Oh, my God. This is unbelievable. I don't even know what to say. So let me know your thoughts. Are the LA Clippers a contender? Yes or no? And tell me why and tell me why not. And who's better, the LA Clippers or the LA Lakers? Let me know your thoughts, guys, okay? Thanks, guys. Take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you soon. And don't forget, if you can believe it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. You guys know I appreciate it. And remember, folks, always treat people how you want to be treated, and everything will be okay. This is NBA Jerry, and I'll talk to you soon. Damn, I love the NBA. Peace.